green flag in the air. Race number 1 at Atlanta Motor Speedway is green.
Cosman there losing it, lost it big time, and it's going to get wrecked, and it's going to get spun, and then Butler got into him, and we get a yellow flag before we even hit turn 1. That started before they even really got going into second gear. Cosman just could not get a handle on that initial start. Finally looped it around, and Porsche Butler was the other car, I believe, that got caught up and that got sent into the outside retaining wall.
Watch the blue car here, the 24, right in the center of your screen.
And just a little stack up there. Gabe Wood gets into the back of him, sends him all the way around. You can see a little friendly fire on the inside there between Dorman and Case. This is on board looking out the back end of the 24 here, and listen closely.
Woof. Got on board with the 04 of Gabe Wood.
Get a good look here. You see just how much Cosmo was all over the place, and Gabe tried to check up as best as he could, but just couldn't check up in time.
That really hurt him. Any points there would put him with a shot as Cole Baker sideways, and he's in the wall. Dorman piles in. Caution is out again. We can't even get to high gear for the second straight restart as Cosman goes for a slide. Another car around. It is Dorman. And second verse, same as the first, a little bit louder and a heck of a lot worse.
Really good shot off the chopper cam, and sideways once, sideways twice, tried to save it. Dorman had nowhere to go, and Corey just spun himself out there.
Yeah, he found the wall, and then Cosman goes around. You've got Dorman. He finds himself cattywampus up against the outside safer barrier. Let's follow from Dorman's perspective here. Check it up. He hits him and then comes down the racetrack, and then he just gets on the gas because we're still under green and loops it. There have been issues in the past when this track was not paved or was not recently repaved on that old pavement where the outside line would be horrible on restarts. Drivers would spin the tires constantly, especially at the front of the field. Seems like the same scenario tonight where it has just not been easy to get through the gears or even make it to turn number 1 without calamity. Green flag again. Even start at the front. Looks like no spinning the tires, at least off the initial jump. Side by side, 3 wide further back, but Cozy is just about clear, and now I think he is clear for the race lead off turn 2.
Baby, all really, really close there. Had to work to get it in front of Justin Champagne, and Champagne now immediately ducks underneath. Vargas is going to try and ride that middle lane as it stands. The DT there on the bottom as well. Going with a good run top 5 is now, there goes Champagne up to that high line where we've seen a lot of these drivers carry a good amount of speed.
8 laps complete. Cozy ahead. Here comes Vargas for second.
And still side by side through here. Look at the run that Champagne's going to get. He's going to take it down to the inside on the 99. They're going to be side by side for the lead and the championship in turn number 3. Cozy holding his own up on that middle groove, but they're still going to be side by side coming to the line off turn 4. They make contact.
Won't be the first time, won't be the last that these two trade some paint. We saw it last week at North Wilkesboro when Champagne used the chrome horn to get Cozy out of the way. Here we go. 10 laps complete. Next time by again, really sideways off the corner.
Well, Champagne just about checked up Ryan Vargas. Vargas had a good run going on that high line, and Champagne just got in the way at the last moment. So if you're Vargas, how much do you press the issue and try and work to the outside rear quarter panel of Champagne's machine to be able to try and go after second?
Trying all the way against that white line. Try to do the slide job here, but can't do it. Too much momentum for that number 38. Vargas will slot back into the 3rd position as they roar into turn number 3. Again, Cozy very happy to see all this side-by-side action happening behind him, but hasn't been able to pull out any sort of margin here. Champagne stayed firmly within about 2/10 of that first place car. The battle for fourth a little further back. Garrett Smithley trying to work to the outside of Sean Butler, who we saw trying that very high groove a little earlier on. Smithley now going to be all the way up against that outside wall. Big slide out of third place, Ryan Vargas, but he'll hang on to it. Loses touch with Justin Champagne just a little bit, though.
And Smithley, great run off the outside there, gets the run, gets by Sean Butler, running some pretty fast lap times, at least compared to Butler, and faster than Vargas a lap ago. We'll see what the margin is here at the line. Just a touch slower. Champagne the fastest that lap as he tries to reel in the race leader with less than 10 to go.
This is largely evened out as tight as it's been. They've just sort of been hanging for the last few laps. So you can see the right rear is starting to fall off on everybody in this field, not just Vargas, but Champagne's been able to just sort of hold that bumper, but hasn't really been able to challenge Cozy either. So somebody's going to have to change something. The handle on these cars is going to have to go one way or another to really make a difference here, I think. The last thing he needs is for people to get into each other and cause a yellow, as Vargas got the fence again and still somehow has been able to keep Gabe Wood and going in. The rest of them all at bay, but for how much longer as he drifts again and almost loses it and basically gathers it the whole half down the back straightaway, and that will allow Wood and going and maybe even Garrett Smith to make the pass and send Vargas all the way back to sixth.
Now Vargas 45 points out if he stays in sixth as we come to 2 laps to go. Not what the doctor ordered for the 23. He's fighting back on the outside, but how long can those tires survive? 2 laps to go in race 1. Smithley and Vargas still side by side.
Yeah, and I mean, you talk about a worst-case scenario for Cozy. What about a worst-case scenario for Vargas here? That number 23 completely out of control right now. Has tapped the wall multiple times. The handling completely gone away. You just got to limp it around for one more lap. Try to hold on to this top 5, but it's under attack from Garrett Smithley as they come out of turn 4 for what will be a contact made at the white flag.
Door slamming down the front straightaway. Vargas at this point, 43 points back, would be out of the championship fight. You can only make up 40 points. It's actually less than that because of the only 17 cars here. Here they come into turn number 3. The most you can make up 27 points. So some trouble for Vargas. Meanwhile, Michael Cozy Jr. across the line. He will win race number 1 at Atlanta. Champagne in second. Vargas will come home in 6th. Vargas is going to be eliminated from the championship fight, and it's a 2-horse race in race number 2 coming up. It's Melillo and Sean Butler on the front row. Race 2 is underway.
So Butler with the opportunity to start rolling. Oh, Cozy, I think. Was that Cozy in the fence in the back? And
yes,
Champagne?
and
yes,
Champagne.
It was. Yes, it was.
Championship implications on the opening lap. Champagne and Cozy in the wall at the back of the field. And there is major damage to the 38. Now, he does have a faster pair, but that thing is broke. He's going to have to tow. Could there be some drama in this? Or what? Going into turn number 1. Did he just turn right?
I don't think he turned, period. Let's go to the onboard and see.
Yeah, we're just going to go straight visor cam for this. If you can't beat him, wreck him? Is that the strategy here? I know we joked about it in pre-race. Oh,
Guys.
I don't know, gang.
So I will say, Cozy, as a result of that incident, was disqualified. We will try to seek clarification there on if he would receive last place points in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, nothing Champagne could do there. Green flag back in the air. We will try it again. It's DT and Sean Butler. No assassination attempts going into turn number 1 this time. They'll fight it out for the lead between car 32 and car 77.
So Butler had a decent amount of speed, but again, that high line with so much momentum, if you can roll back the throttle and steer with the rear of the car well, you can make something of that outside line. We saw that consistently, I think, in the first heat and in the first race, and I wonder to what degree that's going to play out here in the second race. As DT's going to take the lead from Butler, and that high line already looks like it's working well for both DT, Smithley, even Brian Vargas too.
And now DT slides right to the bottom of the racetrack instead. Butler will also try and hook the white line. A small bobble there from DT. Butler clear for second, tries to put the power down and close in on the 77, the Red Bull machine. Here comes the dodge of Butler. They'll be nose to tail off the corner as Vargas trying to open the door in that fourth spot.
And still all over each other. DT doing a fantastic job using this outside lane here off of turn number 2. Should have the momentum. Actually, he's going to step out a little bit. That'll give Sean Butler the room for the lead. But here comes that number 77 trying to cross over down into turn number 3. They'll be side by side again. Garrett Smithley and Ryan Vargas still involved in this battle. Smithley actually with a pretty good run out of turn number 4.
Give that 15th spot to Justin Champagne. This would put him just 5 points back from Cozy. Again, Cozy no points to make up. Champagne could get this championship after all. Just has to finish 12th. No. Where is he? 15th?
15th.
So he has to finish 9th. 10th would tie, 9th would win. Again, we don't know the situation with Cozy. We know he won't get any points from tonight's race. We don't know any action further from that. Here is Butler to the inside, 13 laps complete, looking for the lead once again here on Garrett Smithley.
So Smithley now in control of that high line. We've seen the dominance, but Sean Butler's had speed all night long. Both races are just about anywhere on the racetrack, and maybe sort of the best throttle control that we've seen out of any of the drivers in this field. So Butler with another opportunity to look down low. Vargas again, I keep thinking if we get a long green flag run, this may play into his hands, just with the way he's been driving. The short run speed's not been there, but the long run speed, I think, could be. DT there as well, Cosman, and I believe Wes Graham making an appearance towards the front end of the field for the first time tonight.
Here's Butler to the inside for the top spot, trying to clear that 43, but another solid run on the outside line from Garrett Smithley. They continue to go blow for blow, back and forth. Meanwhile, Cody Hicken is on the pit lane in the 14th spot. This is an unscheduled stop. Depending on how long he sits on pit road, this could be another spot for Justin Champagne. Again, watching that points battle at the back of the field. 15 laps complete. Here in the Shrimp Hub got ShrimpHub.cool 250. Sean is almost clear for the top spot. He'll try it in turn number 3, and Vargas will try to follow him.
Smithley spent about half the back straightaway just trying to gather up the rear end, and that might be the opportunity that Sean Butler needed to make this pass down low, and Smithley clips the wall on the exit of turn 4, so Sean Butler will take the lead. Will Ryan Vargas manage to get second? Looks like Vargas will make that pass. Can Cosman send Smithley from first all the way back to third?
For the record, Cody Hicken on pit road for the second time. Champagne has passed him for position, moved Champagne to 14th.
And again, just using each other up. And Smithley falling back now. Cosman trying to attack for that third position. Smithley trying to hold strong here on the outside, right at the line. Cosman a 10th and a half faster than the 43 of Garrett Smithley here. So trying to take this third spot away and eventually trying to get to Vargas, who's starting to lose control of that race car a little bit. Stepped out big time through the center of the corner. Smithley looking to attack that.
Allowing Butler to pull away a little bit as we close in on the halfway point in this race, but the race continues at the front. Here comes Cosman, Vargas in the wall. Here comes Yoneshu. He's clear. They're 3 wide behind. Gabe Wood, where did he come from? He's in the mix.
Gabe Wood, top 5 perennially just about throughout this night, and has had a decent amount of speed, not only in this race, but in the first one as well, trying to get right in front of Vargas and found some space, some way, somehow, between Vargas and Smithley down the middle of the backstretch to lock down the spot. So now he'll try and chase after Smithley as Cosman started to get away, and Sean Butler is starting to get away too.
A 31-0 for Vargas. for Butler at the line, a 30.1. 9/10 faster for Sean Butler on those fresher tires. By only 4 laps, they are a difference maker, and he is flying. He's 2 seconds back on the leader.
15 laps when they come to the stripe. Vargas is going to have to protect the lead of about 1.3 seconds. Smithley was about a tenth faster. Cosman now looking to the inside of Smithley, trying to get a spot here and maybe get the second place. But we'll look at the lap times once again as they cross the stripe. 31.2 for Vargas, 30.9 for Smithley, 40.7 for Cosman, and 30.2 for Butler. So everybody starting to close in on the race leader.
Side-by-side battle for second. Smithley and Cosman as they are closing in on Vargas as well. This could turn into a 3-car battle for the lead, and it won't take long from that point for Sean to join the party. He's only a second back, coming to 14 laps to go.
And again, using each other up right now. Smithley and Cosman gonna single file out here. Cosman doing a fantastic job, though, staying right on that quarter panel. They'll be side-by-side again. Smithley couldn't quite get clear. Look at him go 3 wide. Through turns 1 and 2 here, this for the lead. Cosman gonna slide up. They don't make contact somehow. They're still 3 wide down the backstretch.
And Butler grinning ear from ear, loving to see him 3 wide up the racetrack. Vargas up by the wall. He'll lose first, he'll lose second. Cosman and Smithley now side by side. Vargas loose, chops the nose of Butler. Still 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Butler to the outside. There's just no room for him to go. He'll go all the way up to the outside wall. He's going to make it 4 wide for the lead coming off turn number 2.
What a move from Sean Butler to stick it on the high line and somehow miss the fence and pass all of them to go from 4th to 1st and take advantage of the fresh rubber to leap in front of this field. And now it could be sunset sail setting for Sean Butler as Cosman and Garrett Smithley bounce off of one another, but just within the half a lap, he's been able to put half a second on the rest of this field. What a move from Sean Butler to take over the race lead and take control of race number 2.
Here comes Graham to the inside with 4 to go. Vargas just trying to hold on for dear life. We already talked to him about tires and not being able to save very well on the sim. Wes the Mess is trying to prevent a mess here but complete the pass on Vargas, take over 4th, and end this season on a positive note for the driver of the 88 with 3 laps to go.
And Wes has done a great job to chase down Vargas, and again, this is where the struggle has been for the 23. He's had that short run speed. However, just as we've gone on through the runs, the handling of that race car has been just too loose for him, and again has to wheel it around, start dirt tracking it off turn number 2. Wes Graham, smooth and calm on the inside, trying to take the 4th spot away, coming at 2 laps to go from Atlanta.
Wes Graham clear for now. We shift our attention back to the race leader, Sean Butler. Out in front by 2.5 seconds. Butler has won a race this year. You'd have to go back.
Solid though, yeah.
Yeah. Just trying to find where that race win came from. You would have to go back. Not all that far, I don't think. Second Homestead race was the last time that Sean Butler went to victory lane. Had a great race in that event. Was not with us at Wilkesboro last week, but here he is now on the white flag lap, looking to bring it home in position number 1 and end Core Season 7 with a win. Here we go through the final corner. To cap off Core, presented by Critical Path Security, Sean Butler wins race number 2 of the Shrimp Hub.Cool 250 from Atlanta. He will win the race. And right now, no call on who wins the championship. This is where the points stand as of now. Cozy with a 4-point lead. But remember how this started. The contact between Cozy and Champagne on the opening lap of this race, where Cozy essentially didn't turn the steering wheel, put himself and Champagne in the wall. Cozy had to go run ERA tonight at 10 o'clock. So we put Champagne in the fence to try and settle the score that way so he couldn't lose the title. Instead, per race control, or are we going to hear from race control? I need an answer. Ben.
Yes.
All right. What do you got?
So the situation is, although Champagne did not get it in points, Cozy did actions detrimental to the core by intentionally manipulating the race. So that disqualifies him for the season, and that gives the championship to Champagne.
There you have it.
Yeah,
Justin
I mean, it's
Champagne, the winner of the championship for actions detrimental.